Hi, this is Greg Downey with Cause and Effect Golf. Well, we're going to talk about the grip today. This is the one fundamental that you really can't deny the importance of it. I'm sure there's many variations of grips in the sense of a lot of people play good golf with different variations, and variations much more than just the traditional overlap or interlock. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the overlap and the interlock. We're not going to discuss the 10-finger grip. The 10-finger grip is just like a baseball grip. You got all fingers on the club. But we're going to talk about the overlap and the interlock grip here, and they've been around forever. I mean, they've been since the Varden grip in 1901 or so. So what we're going to do when putting your hand on the club in the grip is everything stems from the position of the left hand. If you put the left hand on it correctly, or the lead hand, so whatever your lead hand is, then your right hand will go on properly. So let's do this here. Let's pretend like I'm the target. The target's this way here at the sign. I'm going to take in my trail hand, my right hand here. I'm going to put this, just hold basically on the shaft there. I'm going to put the club on the shaft or whatever, and I'm going to hold this, my left hand straight out. And let's just do it like this. Let's just go ahead and have it. You can see my palm there, okay? I'm just going to face this palm there. When I do that, you can see how the back of my left hand, the back of the lead hand right here, let's do it this way now, is facing towards the target, right? That's pretty good. I mean, that's what we kind of want to get, that kind of a feeling there. So let's do this here now. Come back, turn over here. I'm going to take this club and I'm going to place it right on the creases almost down here, where your palm and your fingers meet, right down there. We're going to put it right in there, okay? And then I'm going to get it there, and then I'm going to take my three fingers, four fingers in a sense, but that's just going to go ahead and grip it right there like that, okay? So again, put that right on place and just turn and then grip the club like that, and then just rest your thumb right there on the shaft. Now, if you were looking at my thumb, I would say that's probably a medium thumb. This would be a long. You can see how long I've reached that there, and see my thumb's all the way down on the shaft or on the grip there. And then if I was, you can see how I've shortened it there. Okay, let's just go ahead and keep it about a medium, okay? Now, then let's go ahead and angle that club out there like this. You can see there I got this like a V there, okay? All right, now I'm going to take my three fingers off the club, and I'm going to let the club balance in my forefinger there. And you can see how that club is balanced underneath the pad. I've taken those three fingers off, but notice I have a good grip on that club, or at least it's balanced there, right? I would say that's a leveraged position, right? Because the club is just balancing right here, okay? And then let's go ahead and take your pinky ring middle and bring those fingers on the club. So pinky ring middle, bring my thumb down there, and there we go. That's the left hand, okay? You see it right there, holding it like this. Look at how I've had the club, I have that club square there like that, right? In other words, if you can notice where I'm kind of moving the club there, I'm moving that with this right here, my index finger. You can see I can get the feel, the balance of that club right there, okay? I can balance the club right with that feel, if it's in balance or how I got to turn that, okay? All right, got that like that. Now, boy, I haven't done that for a while. Get a little exercise there, okay? Now, go ahead and put that on there again and balance it out there like this. Bring that club on there. Now, we're going to take your right hand, and we're going to put the two middle fingers of your right hand, okay? So I get a hold of this. We're going to take that, and let's do it this way. Let's go this way now. Back of the left hand, I'm going to the target. You're the target, okay? I'm going to take those middle two fingers right there and wrap them around the club. I didn't do anything with the pinky, if you notice that. I just let that pinky just sit out there, put this around there, and I'm gonna feel that. I'll just get you guys, so you can see how my fingers are just kind of wrapped around there. You'd almost see them, and everybody's fingers are different sizes and so forth, but you can see how they just kind of snuggle up right next to the bottom of where the thumb is there, right? Put that right on that, in that position there, okay? And then I feel like, then there, see the lifeline on my hand right there? See how the lifeline just kind of fits right in there? See how it kind of comes right in there like this? And then I just set right down on top of the thumb, okay? And then what I did with my pinky, when I set this down in here, I didn't even really kind of do anything with that pinky. It just kind of rests right there on my left hand. You can see that where it's resting right there like that. Now, that's the variation, right? This is an overlap grip. Now, if I wanted to, I could take that pinky and just kind of intertwine it. I can just wrap it in there like that. See, and I can go like that. So that's the interlock. That's the variation. Okay. Like I said, I prefer this, the overlap. So we'll just go with what I'm doing right here, like this. I have the club out in here. You can see this. See, kind of got that balance there. Pinky ring middle. Close those 3 fingers. Put my thumb down on the shaft there. Bring my 2 fingers of the right hand. Get them right there it's almost like I'm sliding right down in there, okay? Slide that right down in there. I wrap over the top of my thumb, and boom, okay? That's the grip. That's what we're working on, that grip. Now, from a standpoint of there's a couple V's in our grip there. So now we're holding the club out here in front. I got my left hand on the club there. This V is basically pointing towards my chin, okay? It can go between the chin and the shoulder over here. If I had it going, if that V right there is pointing more towards my shoulder, then that would be considered getting kind of strong, okay? And another way to look at it is I'm going like this. I can look and I can see my knuckles. I'm basically seeing 2 knuckles. See, I'm kind of seeing the 2 knuckles right there. All right, and then I bring my right hand on there, and now you can see how this V right here is going to be going back towards my right shoulder there. So you see this kind of coming basically some of the chin or just a little to the right of that, and then you see my right hand comes on in here, and it comes on back here pointing towards my right shoulder, okay? That's a pretty good fundamental grip that would be net neutral. When I say neutral, this would be a strong grip if this was going over here and it was leaning over like that. You can see how I got it churned over like that. You see then I'd have to bring my right hand in there like this. That would be kind of a strong grip. And even when I do that, you can kind of see how it closes that club face down, right? So it closes that club face down there. But, so what we did, again, hold it out here, put the club straight up there, stick your left hand out there, take your 3 fingers or your 4 fingers and put them on there, put your thumb on top of the shaft, check to see where that chin, where the V is lined up to your chin. Come and put your right hand on the club. You can see how, then notice how when I'm doing that, how you want to feel like your right hand is big and very kind of elongated, the fingers and everything. You don't want to have it in here like this, where where the hands are really kind of cramped in there like that. Feel like you're putting some fingers on that club. You can see how much my thumb, how I almost have a little gap right there, right? Get it like this, put it down in here, okay? There. That's our grip, okay? It's easy grip. Now, actually, it's very frustrating when you first start doing it. You're very tense, and tension in the swing is not very good. So what you have to do is you have to learn how to put the grip off and on, just like when I was doing that right there and I was holding that out there. Maybe because I was holding it out there to really kind of show this, but I could feel a little bit of a tension and kind of getting in my arm there because I was held it out there for a long time. But basically what you want to be able to do, and if I'm sitting here talking to you, you can see how many times I'll put my hands on the club and take them off. Take them off, put them on, take them off. It's just like if you're if you're a ball player and you're dribbling the ball, you know, the whole time you're always kind of palming it and kind of working it. If you're with a football player, you're picking up the football and you're always gripping it, re-gripping it, re-gripping it. Same thing with the golf club. You know, get used to your grip. And what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to put your hand on the club and not even have to look at the club face. I mean, certainly you will do that, but realistically, I could look at you and close my eyes and I can get the feel where that club would be. And so I put the club in there, and I can get the feel with my index finger kind of where the balance of that club is. I close those 3 fingers down, get my thumb down there, put the right hand on there, boom, that's my grip, okay? I can do that with my eyes closed. That's what you want to do. You want to get that feeling to have that. And then once you get that feeling of doing it, then it starts loosening up. You'll start getting you won't be so tense. Now, let's talk about a little bit of the pressure points, okay? So when I did that there, when I put the hand on there, I put that left hand on there, it was these 3 fingers is the pressure point on the left hand. When you do that right there, you're going to work with the ligaments up through underneath your left arm right here like this. That's where we're going to be here in that sense. So you can kind of feel this right here. This is where you're going to do it. You can see how I go like that. You can see how that's the muscle that's going to hold me there, okay? So I put those 3 fingers on. That's your pressure point on the left hand. You don't want to have the pressure point in your index finger or your thumb or anything like that. I ask my students a number of times, I go, well, where are you gripping the club? And they're talking about over here and they're up in here and all this stuff in here. It's like, no, we want to have it right down here. That's why you leverage it here like this, holding like that, and then when you put those 3 fingers and you just take those 1, 2, 3, there, that's what you feel. You feel that right there. You can see how my hand is just controlling that there, right? Boom, okay? Then, the pressure point on your right hand. Where is that pressure point on the right hand? You see here, it's going to be right here. Now, there is a variation because of the overlap, so we'll talk about that in the interlock and so forth. But let's just right now go from, look at this point of the hand right in here. You want to have this point right in here. You want to take those 2 fingers, you want to feel like this right here. It's like you're almost like a handball, right? Like you're kind of hitting it right there like that. You want to get that right into there. That snuggles right up into there, and you kind of feel that. You can see how that kind of locks in there like that, okay? You don't want to have this finger here and the thumb and the right. You don't want to have anything doing with that. You want to get that feeling of those two fingers there and a little bit of the inner thumb there, inner kind of right through here, and press it like that. And when you do that, you'll feel that you get this ligament right through here. So you feel that right there, okay? So it's the 3 fingers of the left, and then the 2 fingers here, and then you fold over the thumb on top of the left, on top of the lead thumb. So you take your right thumb and you fold over your left thumb. So, okay? Thumb there you go, like this, okay? That's your pressure point there. You can see how my hand, when you start doing it, you want to get that feeling. You feel like those 3 fingers, are leading or pulling with leading with the left hand, and then the right 2 fingers are on the right hand. You feel how that works there. This will take some time. I mean, and it's something that it evolves over time, and it kind of morphs into how your hands feel on that. I mean, it's like anything in the sense, if you play guitar, if you played music, if you played basketball and you're gripping the ball and you're doing that, It's all about how you can get your hands to get feeling comfortable on the whatever the item it is you're playing. And when you can do that, and you can start holding holding the club firm but not tight, then you start making some progress. What I mean by that, from a standpoint of, there's no question that when you're tight, you don't have any, your muscles are not able to contract and hit the shot and everything. So what you want to do is you want to put it on there, or you could almost do it like this. You could take it right here and go squeeze them as hard as you can, and then let loose, and then just feel those 3 fingers of the left hand and those 2 fingers of the right hand. I say left hand, I mean it's your left hand, your trail or your lead hand is what those 3 fingers are. So if you're left-handed, you certainly have it on your right side here. But it's your lead hand with those 3 fingers, and then your trail hand would be your 2 fingers on there. And if you can do that, and even hit some shots just like literally, not even worried about what's going on with all the other things we're talking about in the golf swing, you just get the feel of your hands and how they're working in conjunction with the club, and how you can kind of feel how the club's swinging through. You can feel how they have some control of that club, because they're not too tight. They're on the club. You feel firm with them on the club, but they're not overly tight. And then you start making some progress. Okay. Now the best thing to do is actually do it with a sand wedge. Hit some chip shots. In other words, use this grip. Stand up there and hit a few chip shots when you're doing that. And get the feel of your hands. Just literally when you hit that shot, you can feel how the feel of that club when you're swinging that. You get the feel. You want to get the feel. You want to be able to feel that shot through your hands. You don't want to, if you hit it and you're like really stiff, then the club, you don't have any feel, right? So you can start when you're doing this kind of a drill, start working with your chipping around the green, little pitches and so forth, and get the feel of how your hands feel, how soft they're feeling. When they start feeling soft, then you can feel the club a little more, you can feel the ball a little more. So it's an interesting thing. I mean, again, it doesn't come overnight. It morphs over time. You could change the grip a number of times and get the feel of it over a couple of years. I mean, I remember a quote from Nick Price that he said something to the fact that he changed his grip sometimes every week, every other week. And it's like, what? He changed his grip? Well, he didn't change his grip completely. What he did, he had little feel points in his hands, and he could feel a little more with that. Just truly the feel of the hands the club in his hands, and there's probably little different pressure points that he kind of latched onto at different weeks or so. And so that's the kind of one thing about golf you kind of got to think about it. It's like the problem is that if you get this new grip and you have this grip, you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to have this grip for a year now. No, it's not going to work like that. You're going to have this grip and it's going to change. You're going to get more calluses and all the different things that go with that. And then your grip will kind of, will transform into a different feel as opposed to when you first start doing it. So anyway, so if the thing about the grip, and I want you to think about it, if you're going to go work on something, and let's say you're in a northern climate and you can't play for 6 months, just grip the club every day. Take it on, put your hands on and on, off and on, and just get used to swinging that golf club with gripping the club. And that would be very important to your swing, because you got to have your hands on the club in the proper way, and then basically the club will swing around your body much easier. So hope this helps. Thanks for tuning in. This is Cause and Effect Golf. Thanks.